Hi everyone, it's Mariella Herberstein here. I'm the Chair of Academic Senate, and in this short video blog, I shall summarize the Senate meeting that happened on April the 9th. For the full agenda and all the gory details, please go to the Senate website. The link is below and you can read all about it. So, the top 5 topics for the April Senate meeting. Number 1 was the Shared Academic Governance Project. It's a Senate project that has been going on for over a year now. In this project, what we're trying to do is we're trying to identify and move some of the decisions that are currently sitting with Senate to the faculty boards. And in order to achieve this, we're building capacity through training and awareness raising. And also we are preparing some supporting resources for faculty boards to implement a shared responsibility for academic governance. This project is interdependent with another project, which is Project Beacon, which is the implementation of a new curriculum management system. And this curriculum management system will be the main form of, or the main system for communication between the faculties about some of their academic decisions that they're making. So at the April meeting, we invited 2 executive deans, the Dean for FBE, Steve Brammer, and the Dean for Human Sciences, Simon Hanley, to talk about how their faculty boards are currently suitable or prepared for this additional responsibility that we're planning to move to the faculty boards. So Steve Brammer outlined that the current governance arrangements in FBE, and he also explained some of the future or changes that might come with the shared governance for the faculty boards, including decisions on the balance between ex officio and elected members of that faculty board, and also ensuring that a cross-pollination of membership between the committees within the faculties and the faculty boards, but also between faculties. Simon Hanley noted some similarities with the Faculty of Human Sciences, with the governance structure that are similar to FBE, but he also talked about some of the differences in his faculty. He talked about an overall very positive experience that the faculty is having by having co-opted members from the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences onto their faculty board, and also by co-opting a number of professional staff to their faculty board. Within this project of shared governance, Kevin Jemison, the DVCA, gave us an update on the unit viability project, which is a project of the executive group, which is underway from his office. And he highlighted that this project, while it is separate from shared academic governance, like many projects, they have an operational and an academic aspect, and being aware of that difference or that synergy between operational and academic is always important for all our projects. And then as a final part of the shared academic governance project, we had a presentation of the curriculum management system. So Sean Brawley, the PVC Programs and Pathway, introduced a demonstration for the new curriculum system, particularly the workflows and notification of the curriculum management system. And Brad Winden spoke to a workflow that illustrates how staff can comment and how notifications are being sent between the faculties as a means of communication between decisions that different faculty boards are making. We weren't quite able to view all of the examples that Brad had brought to us, but his slides will be circulated with the Senate minutes. So topic number 2 of the April Senate meeting was another Senate project, and it's a project on freedom of speech, inquiry, and assembly. The working group had its first workshop on the 27th of March, and the workshop was actually very productive and stimulated a lot of very interesting discussion, as you can imagine, with this topic. And Senate was briefed on where the working group landed. The context of this work is, of course, that the French review, which was instigated by the government, asking the Justice French to provide a review on academic freedom in Australia. What the working group has identified so far was a need to articulate, perhaps even diagrammatically represent, how freedom of speech, academic freedom, and freedom of intellectual inquiry relate to each other. Following from that, the working group has identified that it's important that these terms should be used consistently across policies, the enterprise agreement, and also other university documents. One of the discussions we had was over the term offensive. Some of our policies state that offensive behavior is not appropriate, and the Working Party was comfortable with the use of the word offensive in the policy document, as long as it is subjected to a reasonable person's test, which means that if a reasonable person finds a certain behavior offensive, then it is offensive. And finally, the Working Party proposed that we should give, or the university should give, more thought on how Macquarie policies promote the protection of academic freedom and freedom of speech. Our next meeting will be in May, and there we will discuss the freedom of association, particularly with respect to visitors coming onto campus and the university's public comment policy. Topic number 3 was Mudang Dali, the Indigenous Connected Curriculum Framework. At the Senate meeting in April, Senate resolved to endorse the Indigenous Connected Curriculum Framework. We had some discussions. There were some members of Senate that expressed concerns of the difficulty, because of their subject area, of embedding Indigenous curriculum in some disciplines. But the Pro Vice Chancellor Indigenous Strategy, Leanne Holt, encouraged all staff to, or unit conveners or course conveners, to get in touch with Michael Donovan, who is the Academic Director, Indigenous Learning and Teaching in Wallangamarru, and Michael will be able to support staff in faculties about embedding Indigenous knowledge into their curriculum. I think it's a really important and ambitious framework. It's very important for Macquarie University. I think it is very important for individuals, members of staff, and for students to contemplate how Indigenous knowledge and approaches contribute to our understanding of the world, and I really very strongly support this framework. Topic number 5 was the rescission of the graduate capabilities from 2020. As most of you will be aware, we have a framework of graduate capabilities against which we have mapped assessment tasks and outcomes, but with the new 2020 curriculum and with our new elevated course-based design and learning outcomes, the graduate capabilities have become, really sort of this odd thing that doesn't seem to have a very relevant function anymore in the new curriculum. And so we proposed to rescind the graduate capabilities to make room for program course level learning outcomes to take that particular role, take up that particular role. The Senate also discussed that there's also an opportunity to embed, instead of graduate capability, to instead Macquarie qualities and values through the curriculum design, and that that becomes more authentic and a differentiator for Macquarie University programs rather than the generic university graduate capabilities. So we will provide more guidance to course authorities to assist incorporating the Macquarie qualities and values in their design. And topic number 5 was the election for a chair and deputy chair of Senate. The term of membership of the current chair, which is I, and the deputy chair will conclude on the 30th of June. And so per the Senate rules, Academic Senate will elect a full-time academic staff member and a member of Senate from level D or E to be the chair of Senate, and any academic staff member as the deputy chair. And the office of the chair and deputy chair will then commence on the 1st of July and go for 2 years. So the nominations for chair and deputy chair will close on the 14th of May. And that's it from me today. Thank you very much. And I'll be back after the May Senate meeting with another update. Bye bye.